Hello my friends and welcome back. I have never played a Five Nights at Freddy's game. Jump scares are not my bag. I prefer more laid back kind of video game experience, more akin to Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley. And when I'm feeling cutthroat, then we can talk Mario Party and Mario Kart. However, that did not stop me from making an Amigurumi, Sundrop and Moondrop. My friends, we are delving once more into my commission list for content fodder. And with that, let's go do the thing. Pulling out the sketchbook, which includes the doodle for this style of Sundrop that I'm going for. I will need some light yellow yarn, kind of a goldenrod yarn, a burnt orange, and red. I've got the equivalent of an F or 3.75 millimeter crochet hook. I don't end up using this, so don't get attached. Use my scissors, a yarn needle, and some stuffing. I've also got this nice aesthetic stack of felt and a Posca pen. You can use Posca pens for crochet too. Let me just scooch this out of the way. And I'm going to begin with the goldenrod color. Guess what, y'all? I'm starting with the head. Now, I got this crochet hook from one of my Crochet Society boxes, and as you can see, it's giving me some grief. So, I'm gonna put that one away and grab this G or 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. This is one of my clover hooks, and the texture of the hook itself is a little smoother than more of a polished metal that is on the hooks that come out of my Crochet Society boxes. I do have a preference for the clover style hooks. Now, while I was being finicky about my crochet hooks, I did finish the head. I'll set that off to the side and begin on his pants. Now, this piece is going to be about 12 inches tall. So I'm going to grab this super nifty cutting mat from the Nerdy Crafter Not Another Crap kit. And I'm just going to set this off to the side so I have kind of a gauge to make sure that I'm keeping all of his various body parts to scale. And I've already made a mistake because I did not like how small the head was. So I made a new head. So I can get ahead in life and become the head of a major corporation. Okay, I'm going to stop before I get ahead of myself. Now with the first head, I am going to unravel it until I get to the same width that I needed for the legs. And I'm just going to reuse it.
Use, reuse, recycle.
Since the pants are kind of poofy at the bottom, I'll make each leg look kind of like a giant yellow teardrop. We'll need a second leg. And once we have those connected together, I'm going to do a row of red to be able to attach his tutu. I'll periodically check my measurement to make sure everything is to scale. And it's about here that I realized I forgot to work in just the back loops so I can more easily attach the tutu to the front loops. More unraveling. All right, now with the body finished and stuffed, I'm going to connect the red yarn to the front loops that were left over from this red round. so then I can add the tutu. I'll be working in front post stitches as well as back post stitches to get kind of that ruffly effect. And then I'll do the same working in the front loops of the last round of the body so I can duplicate that little ruffly collar. Now we can attach the head. Moving on to the arms. I left the front loops again on one of the rounds of the arms so that I can get some ruffles around the wrists. With both arms complete, we can attach those to the body. A couple more appendages to go. I'm going to work each shoe in two parts, kind of the ankle part. Complete with ruffle, and then I will work on the toe. Now the toes curl up at the end, so I will make a very long, skinny part of the toe that then kind of branches out into this weird funnel menstrual cup shape. Oops. Anyway, we'll add that to the ankle. And duplicate it for two shoes. Don't need that cream color anymore. And we'll attach those to the body as well. Now for all of these additional details. I'm going to pull out the felt, and using just a piece of scrap notebook paper that I have lying around from the myriad of half-used notebooks I have in my house from 3 children of varying school ages. I'll use this to trace out and map out the different components and pieces that I will need. That includes the stripes for the pants, the crescent moon shape for his face, shout out to all of my left-handed homies out there. We'll use the same piece of paper to create the pattern for the eyes and the mouth. As well as all the sunbursts. I'm going over my final lines in this red Sharpie, just because there's a lot of pencil going on. Now I'll use this cutting mat again for its intended purpose, as well as the Excel blade that also came in the Nerdy Crafter box to cut out my different felt components. Just kidding, I'm using scissors for this particular piece. Just do a quick little fit test here. It seems a little big, but just given the curvature of the crochet piece, it does fit. When I glue it down, I will just need to kind of curl it around the edges. Then we can move on to the stripes. Once we have a whole stack of stripes, we'll cut out the sunbeams. I almost feel like I'm cutting out sugar cookie dough, trying to fit all the little pieces onto the scrap of felt that I have. With all the felt components done, we can start attaching with some hot glue and fancy transitions. With all of the felt components attached, we're done with Sun. And somewhere off camera, I drew up my concept for Moon. Hi. Hello. If you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Help me conquer YouTube's algorithm by clicking on that like button. No! Why would you do that? Leave a comment below with your favorite Five Nights at Freddy's character.
It's past your bedtime. You must be punished.
And now back to regularly scheduled programming. Moving on to Moon. We'll use this off-white color yarn and the same burnt orange as before, but I'll be using some blue and a slightly cooler red tone. Bringing that G or 4.0 crochet hook back out. Some felt, but adding some yellow. Let me scooch these out of the way. I also need black. Just as before with Sun, we'll begin with the head. Now, if you think this video is pretty darn nifty and you want to see what else I have on my hook, you can always find me on various social medias. I can be found on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, as well as Twitter. And if you are a connoisseur of crochet, I do have a couple of shops through Etsy and Ravelry where you can find my crochet patterns, both free and paid on Ravelry, and crochet patterns as well as finished items on my Etsy shop. Links for all this will be in the description box below. While I was shamelessly plugging, I finished up the head and began on the legs. Moon is made up of pretty much the same crochet components as Sun, just in a different color scheme. So just as before with Sun, we have a nice teardrop shaped leg. We have two nice teardrop shaped legs, which we can now connect together to form the pants. We'll add that same red stripe around the middle to attach the tutu. And this time we'll remember to work on the back loops. And move on to the cream color for the top. With the body done, I can attach the head, as well as adding the tutu and the neck frill off camera. Next we'll begin on the arms. The bottom part of Moon's arms start out blue and then they fade up in kind of a gradient to the cream color. I don't have a really good way to do that with yarn this thick, so I am alternating between the two colors for one round and then switching over to the cream for the rest of the arm. We'll add that wrist ruffle. Copy and paste off camera. Excuse me. And we'll attach these to the body. Then we'll make the feet the same way that we made Sun's. Instead of sunbursts, Moon has a nightcap, so I will work on that next. For some reason, just the color scheme and the position, the shape of the pants and body or whatnot, it kept reminding me of something in the back of my head and I couldn't remember what it was. But I think I figured it out. Okay, maybe not quite. That's better. Moving on. A little test fit of the hat to make sure it looks nice. And then we can move on to those felt components. Instead of my mechanical pencil, I grabbed one of my soft colored pencils to better trace out my pattern pieces. Using a combination of scissors and my Excel blade, I'll get all of these pieces cut out. Work some magic to get all these stars. Just kidding, I used my brother cutter off camera. Didn't quite cut through all of the pieces, so I'll use the Excel blade just to get the little edges that didn't cut through. Now we can begin attaching all the pieces, again with hot glue and fancy transitions. Found this little jingle bell in my stash, my hoard of crafting supplies, so we'll attach that to the tip of his hat. Add the stars, and now we can enjoy some shots of the two completed pieces. All done. I am pretty darn pleased with how they turned out. I'm really glad that the sunburst pieces adhered really nicely to the side of the head. All the other felt details look phenomenal and a lot cleaner than they would have if I would have tried to do vertical stripes in horizontal crochet stitches. Shush.
Shush.
Look at these little curly toes. So cute. And as you can hear, Moondrop's actual jingle bell is a little noisy, which I think is kind of fun. It's fun just because it's getting shipped off somewhere else and I don't have to hear it. If you would like to try your hand at your very own Sundrop and Moondrop, I will have the pattern links in the description box below, as well as the links just to my general Etsy and Ravelry shops. I have plenty of other patterns and some ready-made items available in that Etsy shop. And with that, I thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate that crap out of you. Okay, I love you, bye. Is it worth all the time I put into the makeup? I'll find out, I guess. Now I get to wash up this off. Can I help you? This is important business stuff. Mind yours. Okay, you are not the first person to tell me that with these leggings. When I used to work in the office, I had a couple people tell me when I walked past the cubicle that it looked like I wasn't wearing pants. I don't know what that says about me, that they thought that I would come to work without pants on. I'm still trying to unpack that. Look at my haunches. That's one stuffing box down. I'm gonna play everybody's favorite game. Is that a hot glue string or a critter hair? I also spent my week making bees. I'm sorry, bee chains.
Help me.